Hiya, how are you? It seems that every time I come on here, I'm complaining about the weather, right? But it's cold. Can you see how many layers I'm wearing? And then I'm wearing my beanie. But I'm not here to talk about the weather. I was watching YC Imaging, another YouTuber who creates content about gears and the best gears to use and cameras and stuff like that. And the title of the thumbnail on the video was like, "You're going to die." And the first thing I did was like, the Nigerian in me was like, I reject that in Jesus' name. If you know anything about Nigerians, is that we are the most superstitious people. Maybe not the most, but we are one of the most superstitious people. Like, we won't even admit when we're ill. Like, if you've got a headache and you ask, "Oh, how are you doing? Are you okay?" "More strong." A Nigerian will never admit that they're sick or they're weak, or no, would avoid saying that, you know. So when I saw "You're going to die," I'm like, I reject that in Jesus' name. But then when you think deeply about it, the truth is that we're all going to die. But he said that within the context of creators who are scrolling their life away. So he had some statistics about 50 million users on YouTubers. Of the 50 million users, 4% are classified as YouTube creators. So the remaining 96% are consumers, right? And of the 4%, 0.25% actually earn some sort of money from creating content on YouTube. So when you tell yourself that, "Oh, this market is oversaturated," know that you're lying to yourself. It's just another way of avoiding to do the things that you've promised yourself to do. And I found that interesting, in that we as creators, I speak for myself as singer-songwriter, sometimes when I was thinking about, taking my YouTube channel and just creating something with it, because I'm always wanting to create something. I'm a creator, and I think that every human being has the fundamental human right to be a creator. But because we live in a capitalist society, we've been lied to that unless you're making loads of money, you're not really a creator. But inherently, we're all creators. We're all creating out of nothing, bringing something into fruition. You're making a dress, you are writing a song, you are playing an instrument. Oh my God, that's loud. You are, whatever it is, whatever the creative endeavor is, you are shooting a film. There's vast majority of creative endeavors. And I believe that we all as humans are creatives in one way or another. So when we make excuses for ourselves, and one thing YC Imaging also talked about was that within the context of gear, like people will say stuff like, "Oh, I don't have the right camera, I don't have the right phone, I don't have the right tripod, so they keep researching about the latest gear and they watch all these videos about the latest background, how to create a thumbnail, this was me for like a full year, just like putting it off. Even though I really, really wanted to start creating YouTube content, I'll be like, okay, let me watch it. How does this person do it? But the truth is that some of these things you learn on the job. Until you take that step, that bold step, the learning won't really meet you, if that makes sense. Like, you learn as you go along. And unless you make that first video, the 10th video, the 20th video, that's when you start learning about, okay, this is what works for me and this isn't what works for me. Another thing that I find interesting about us as someone with a Nigerian heritage is that we are like perpetual researchers, and I think we use it as a form of avoidance. In that, have you met somebody who has like so they have a BSc in whatever, and then they've gone for their masters, and now they've gone for their PhD, and then they've gone for second PhD, and then they've gone for third PhD, and they're like always perpetually learning. Nigerians were like that. We love it. Unless you're like into academia, which is a completely different thing. But if you're just learning and avoiding to actually share what you've learned, what really is the purpose of it? I know some people enjoy learning, but I think a lot of people use it as a form of avoidance, to not be able to, so that they don't have to put themselves forward and put themselves out there to teach others. So I came here to tell you, if you are postponing stuff, you're going to die. And you knowing that you're going to die, you should take your life seriously and stop avoiding and stop postponing and stop putting it off for another day, for tomorrow and tomorrow never comes. Like, you're going to die. And don't say under your breath, I reject that in Jesus' name, because we are all going to die. We're all, the moment you're born into this existence, your countdown to death happens. Whether you're spending 50 years on earth, whether you're spending 80 years on earth, whether you're spending 100 years on earth, it's the countdown to the last day on earth, right? So if you really think about that, what would you do differently? So this is my word to you today. You're going to die. And that's not a message of doom. That's actually a message of hope, to wake you up and do the things that you've promised yourself to do. Okay, enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there and create. I'm going for a walk like my mother used to. And then, yeah, enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I hope you do as well. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.